Welcome to Planet Pluto Pseudo.
Down on, belt, down on, stone on, stone. Watch out, belt, down on. What's happening, blacks? What's happening, good people? How y'all doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl Ladosha Wright, aka Key Lolo, coming to you live and direct from cold Cleveland, Ohio. And then y'all know who that is right over there, right? There she is. It's the one and only Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle. And today, order another round. It's about to go down like some relaxers slapping on them edges, baby. The kitchen, we gonna get these relaxers smooth today. The topic tonight here on Planet Pluto Pseudo, this is the one I've been waiting for. Relaxer chemistry versus the internet panic. Ooh, this is juicy stuff here now. We have the one and only Mr. Byrd of Hair Elements. Now, this is a real Hair Elements guy. Remember, this is Planet Pluto Pseudo. Now, I say, y'all come on in the building. Don't be scared. Y'all just come on in. Get y'all Kool-Aid. If y'all, we about to go on this sugar fast. So, I got my water here. Y'all know this vodka, right? Let me take a sip. Hold on.
I got real water. I don't know what you got.
Yeah, y'all know I got my fresh time. I got my Gucci water. You know, when you drinking fresh time, Gucci. Woo! You got some fresh water up in here. Yes. So, and to those of you who are new to the platform, welcome everybody on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Instagram. This is Planet Pluto Pseudo on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. And what we do here is we debunk a lot of myths and other interesting things that has somehow found their way into the barber and beauty and nail and skincare, profession. And we got to clean it up. Like the relax. Yeah. They ready for this when they come in the building. I hope Alan better be ready now. Okay. Y'all come on in. We're going to have a good time because the topic of relaxers is just, Cheryl, what you think? It's just out of control, man. I mean, hairstylists, we like some suckers. We ain't even saying no. We just sitting there like,
girl, it's been
I ain't messing with them chemicals no more. I specialize in healthy hair. How many hairstylists say that?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah,
they don't say they do relaxers, but they do say they specialize in,
Come on, hairstylists, don't be scared. Now, y'all
don't be shy.
Y'all, what that guy say? See, that's what
don't be shy.
That's what the problem is. Everybody just kind of like kicked relaxers like to the curb. Like, as a matter of fact, all chemical services, we're just, I don't know. So we have Byrd. He's going to be coming on in a minute. Y'all come on in and he's going to help clear a lot of this stuff up because they think you and I, we're like the only people that are out here like this stuff is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Remember what it was like 3 years ago, we did the relaxer advocates as soon as, let me just put it up. Remember this one, Cheryl? Let me go. Hold on. We still going to do our disco hits, but remember this one here. Where's that picture? I remember this one.
Yeah.
FDA, Mr. Man. Listen, hold on. Who can forget this one? Oh, yeah. We got to get rid of. And me and Cheryl was like, oh, hell to the
no. We got to do it.
And everybody thought we was crazy. They thought we were crazy. And so this topic is kind of, it's touch and go for our industry. And
Yes, it is.
and so hopefully Mr. Allen Byrd is going to help us feel more comfortable. One good thing about these social media platforms is that they can come back and they can watch it again. And so, like I said, we're just uberly excited to have him on. What's going on, Kay? How you doing? Come on in. Come on in. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. How you doing, Miss Brown? French Q over here on Instagram. We're really everybody on LinkedIn, like we said, Facebook. We appreciate you guys. So we're just gonna have to get into it and talk about the relaxers.
We're gonna have to get dirty. We're gonna have to get dirty. Come on.
What's up, Christiana? What's your take on just right now before we bring in Mr. Allen? What is your take on just what's happened to the relaxer? Like, Jesus Christ, like
it's been mistaught. I mean, it's I think that we're more cathartic about it because of the burning issue. I think we're connecting that to, maybe some science. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of things in the medical world. There's a lot of things in the chemical world. There's a lot of things in the beauty world. Botox hurt.
But these damn braces hurt. Oh, they do hurt.
Yeah, they do. And so my whole point is, and I think that because it's an easy industry to kind of steal the education from it, they think it's just cosmetic, so there's no science to it. So everybody's jumping in, giving their 2 cents and sounding very important,
And y'all just some beauty school dropouts.
That's it.
Yeah, all of these movies about hairstylists like what was that, Beauty Shop and Grease. We can go on for days. Miss Big Booty and hairstyle. We just get like a really bad rap. So Mr. Allen is going to come in and help us kind of clear a lot of this stuff up. So if relaxers is you're concerned about the relaxers, not only as a consumer, because on Planet Pluto Pseudo, not only do we really work hard to get the correct information to professionals in our industry, but you, the consumer, y'all are homeboys and homegirls. After all, the hair nerds, are in the chat. They in the building. What's up, my fellow hair nerds? So, for you guys too. So we're going to bring in Mr. Allen, and this is going to be a very, a powerful, technical, and y'all know me, Kilolo, I'm going to be messy as heck. Yep. I'm coming with all the bull fragger pagger knackle that y'all be out here saying about relaxers. Now, I'm just going to be honest. Sure. Let me put my little makeup on before Allen come in here right quick. Hold on, y'all. Because I done said some crazy stuff too now. So we're gonna get out. What's up, hair nerd? So we're gonna get out our systems, right, Cheryl?
Yeah, we're gonna hash it out.
We gotta learn. We're gonna talk about how relaxers work. What are relaxers? What's the difference between a relaxer and a straightener? We're just gonna get all of this together, okay? And we got our bologna sandwich specialist in the house. That's right, Mr. Byrd. We eat bologna on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, do relaxers cause medical? Look at the chat ready. They like, bring them on. Shut up, Kilolo. All right, let me shut it on up. Y'all know what we do when we bring in our cousins. All right, you got to take your left hand and your right hand. You got to put it together. Now, y'all better act nice when I bring in Mr. Allen, because y'all know we don't bring no ugly people on this podcast. Y'all know we bring in the brothers. They's fine. So, ladies, I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't y'all be asking this man for his phone number. He got a wife and everything. He is fine. I'm not going to take it from him, but he's also smart, okay? So, we're going to bring in one fine. I'm talking about he's fine. And he got good hair, too. Can I say that?
Oh, my God.
Y'all know I'm ghetto. Come on now, y'all. I can't. They like, stop it. Okay. I'll take that back. He fine, okay? He real fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in the founder of the wonderful hair element. I've been obsessing over him right here on Instagram. The one and only Mr. Allen Byrd. Put them hand clap emojis. Keep them coming up. Come on, y'all. Here he is. He's coming in.
All
Bam!
Right.
Let's go. Woo, come on, y'all. Welcome.
Yeah, it's a great
That's what
interest.
we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allen. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. I thank you guys for having me here. I'm humbled. I feel like I was a little late to the party because again, I saw y'all 3 years ago when y'all stood on business. Y'all like the Marines, the tip of the spear. Y'all went out there before anybody said anything and said, "Hey, I'm standing up for my industry." And in fact, when y'all did that, that's when I first started following you guys and saying, you know what, we all got to get involved. We all got to get involved.
That's what I'm talking.
We was 10 toes down, but let me confess,
y'all absolutely were. Yeah,
I was happy to have Cheryl like this. What she said.
That's right. I mean, and it upset me that no one else came out there with y'all too. So what I did, I said, let me get my science hat on and start doing some serious research. That's what I've been doing behind the scenes the whole time. Mm-hmm. I appreciate y'all what y'all did.
Oh, you know how we have Bill Guy, the science. Was it Bill Nye, the science guy?
Science guy.
Mm-hmm. We got. Check this out, Cheryl. Y'all know I'm a hip hopster. Y'all ready? I got bars. We got Alan Byrd, the hair nerd. Oh,
I like that. I'm gonna use that one. I'm about to use that one now.
Alan Byrd, the hair nerd. All right.
Okay, that's a bar. That's a bar.
Bring it. You like that?
That's
you like
bar.
that?
That's a bar.
So before we have you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're doing, because now everybody on this podcast, like, you know, I'm gonna tell you how serious we are. Do you know that our crew, we have like notebooks and shit? Like,
awesome.
Because we be taking notes and everything.
Yes.
Because we want to learn. And so get ready. But before we have you tell us about who you are, I don't know if you know this, but Cheryl is a disco buff. She loves disco music, right? I thought she was like a Cab Calloway, you know, one of those eclectic colored girls, but she loves disco. So every Thursday we just kind of go back on a disco hit. So we just do this just to kind of get it going. It's kind of warm. I even made a little graphic for her. It's time to disco with Cheryl.
That's right.
So here was the hits. This was back in I think it was like 74. I think I put in 74.
1974.
Okay. Now you might be too young, Alan. You might be a little.
Man, listen, y'all. Hold on now. I know Cheryl. That man. Hey. I mean, I'm thinking we right the same age now.
That's because you got that gray hair. That don't mean nothing with that old fake gray. You probably put that color in there, but it's okay.
Yeah,
so here was the number one.
Gray don't even let. Don't let that gray fool you.
We can't play it because you know
we got 30-year-olds with gray.
We can't sing it. That's right. So here we go. Here was the hit back in the day. Keep on trucking, David. What y'all know about that? You got to keep on. What you know about that, Eddie Kendricks?
You don't know nothing about that.
Listen, I know Eddie Kendricks, but I gotta go find that song. Mine was when he had best friends or friends.
Intimate friends.
Intimate friends.
Yeah. Oh, that was the coldest song, right? And I want you to know.
Oh no. But the one was you gotta change your mind.
Okay, you better get it. Wait a minute, Cheryl. What you say to that? When y'all say something crazy tonight, you know what we gonna say? What you say to that?
What you say to that?
All right. That. Okay. He might be our age. Okay. The next one, the chat's liking this too. The next hit that was out that same year. Here we go. You're gonna love this one, Alan. This one's for you. For the love of money.
For the love of money.
That's
Come
right.
on. Not the Queen Latifah, not the New Jack City version. This the
That's right.
All right. So that's how we come in every Thursday. We come in with
the
good old
disco era. That was the disco era.
That was the disco era. Yeah, y'all going down the Soul Train line up in here. I love this chat. This is truly America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. And we thank you guys so much for just clowning out here with us. So, Mr. Allen, we're going to have you, now that you've been played around with us, let's get a little bit serious like Jermaine Jackson.
Okay.
Let's get
serious. Right. Get a little serious. Okay,
right.
yeah.
All right, put your glasses on. All right, let's get ready. Everybody,
Yes.
are we all ready?
Okay.
So now that we got that out the way, how about you share with us, tell us who is Alan Byrd and exactly what is Hair Elements product. So take it away.
Well, thank you. Thank you. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for joining us. Tonight's conversation is going to be about science, history, and clarity. Over the past few years, there have been a lot of discussion about chemical hair relaxers and health. As professionals and industry veterans, we felt it was important to examine the actual research, the biology, and the public claims being made. Our goal tonight is not to dismiss concerns, but to look carefully at the evidence, explain what the studies actually say, and make sure our community has accurate information so people can make informed decisions. I wanted to have that official statement out there so everyone under my voice can understand where our heart is. That being said, my name is Alan Byrd, and I am a proud entrepreneur within the Black hair care American industry. I love this industry. I tell you, it was amazing. I was at a Bronner Brothers show back in 1998 while I was still on active duty in the Marine Corps. And I got a chance to walk at the Bronner Brothers show. And I was about to be promoted to staff up to a gunnery sergeant. I was I love the Marines.
Is he frozen, Kilola?
Tell everybody.
Okay.
All the narrative that's around, all the narrative that's around now about victimhood or we're under attack, that stuff did not resonate with me and does remind me of the industry that I came into in the 90s. It was about power. It's about power. And it was something that I had never seen before. And I want to make sure that, as part of my duty as an elder, that we help restore that power and that pride. The Black hair care industry, especially the salon industry, is the last bastion of economic independence that we've had. It was the last one to hold on as an industry from a vertical integration standpoint, from manufacturing, distribution, sales reps, and hairstylists, because of our unique, specific skill sets that we had. No one could do our hair. And so we kept that industry all the way up to the mid 90s. I mean, until the big folks start selling off. But the salon industry is our last place, the last thing to integrate.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw what I saw, the magic there and the power there. It made me want to get in here. So I started out as a distributor sales rep for Bernard's Beauty Supply in Jacksonville, Florida. I left him, again, a Black man, owned his own beauty supply store. I mean, again, this is before everyone else came in. I mean, he was the largest beauty supply operation in Jacksonville, Florida. I mean, we were doing well over $1 million a year.
What was his name?
So
what was his name?
And we sold everything. He was a
I don't know if he knows he's freezing. Do you think he knows he's freezing?
Bernard he had a full-time job. He was working, I think, for a chemical company and got exposed to the beauty industry like I did and fell in love with it. And I worked under him for about 4 years. And when I went to
I'm sorry, we have a little delay in your what would that be? His connection. So we missed the name of the gentleman. So
Bernard, Bernard Williams. Bernard Williams. He's my mentor. He's the man that really introduced me to the beauty industry. Bernard Williams.
Okay.
Bernard's Beauty Supply.
Okay.
And that sounds familiar, but go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. He was the guy that it's funny, I tell people Bernard, I'm 6'5", well, I'm 6'6". And Bernard's like maybe 5'2", 5'3", on his heel, on his tiptoes, but he was a giant to me.
That's right.
And I tell people, physical height is only one form of stature. Your character can make you super tall. And so I looked up to him. I mean, he was my big brother. He really was. And I miss him. He's passed on, but I miss him.
Oh, well, rest in peace. He is now amongst the ancestors. So so we'll dedicate this show to Mr. Bernard Williams. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we got a little backdrop of your inspiration. So tell us about Hair Elements. What is Hair Elements? Because we do remember we do have licensed professionals in the chat. And like, I'm not familiar with your brand, and I'm very interested. So tell us about Hair Elements.
Okay, Hair Elements is a salon exclusive brand that I created. It's based off the elements: fire, air, earth, and water. As you can see here, this is one of my people, my models and stuff. And I sold Affirm, Mazzani, as well as our own in-house line, Silky Straight. And I like the combination of those two, the style and the class.
Oh, gosh.
Mazzani and the science of Affirm. So when I came
excuse us, you may have to switch. Where you're still what's that word?
Your connection, Alan, is a little yeah. Are you in a basement or something?
No, I'm office now. Yeah, so
okay.
I know I got good internet connection here. Are we still low? Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, Hair Elements is based off the four elements: fire, air, earth, and water. And the E in the middle signifies our fifth element, which is ether, and spirit. So we wanted something that would be connected to the earth as well as the spiritual aspect of it. And again, my background with Affirm and Mazzani basically blended both those desires together. So I am a cosmetic chemist, self-taught. My wife's she has her chemistry degree from Florida State, so I have a chemist in house. But I've always loved formulating, and my inspiration to make my own product was born out of the fact that even when I was with Bernard and my own initial line, I had other people making it for me, and that sometimes it's challenging when you're trying to scale and you're dealing with the person a house outside of you, and you can have a great month and you call them to get more product in, and they say, "Outstanding, that was a good month you had, but now you got to wait 3 months to get it back on schedule again." And so it's hard to scale and grow a distributorship in a nationwide or regional company like that. So I after a bit with a private label company that I didn't like, I told my wife, I said, "Hey, listen, if I'm gonna be in this game a long time, I gotta learn how to make my own product."
Yeah.
And I called my father. I told him what was going on, and he seeded me the money. And actually, he told me it was a loan. I was like, "Dad, thank you." He was like,
dang.
But when
we gotta.
When I called him.
Excuse me. Maybe you could.
He was actually to walk.
I'm sorry. Maybe you could go out and come back in, because this is going to be a great interview. We've got to get that buffer. Oh, he's muted again. Oh, shoot.
You're muted.
Now we can. Yeah, you're muted. Okay, we got a little technical difficulties here.
Right there.
Yeah,
The
he's
bottom
freezing.
of
He's
the
trying to.
interface to all the way to the left is the mic.
So while he's getting that together, let's welcome everybody in. What's going on,
There you
Kay?
go.
What's happening, Rashida? There we go. Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm thinking is
Okay.
maybe you could go out and come back in, and maybe that'll resituate.
It says something. It says something about a Zoom. Let me close on my windows too, just in case.
That'll help.
Okay, I'll go back in and come back in.
Yeah, and then clear out all your whatever those tabs,
browsers,
right?
tabs. Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna go out and come back in. Yeah, we ain't gonna miss in this one yet. Yeah, Rashida, he fine too. That's right, ladies. I told y'all that's how we get y'all in here. If they cute, y'all gonna click the link.
Oh gosh, that's funny. Yeah.
He's gonna come out and then he's gonna
go out and go back in, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, like go back to your email and just click it off. Yeah.
All right, so we're just having a little technical.
Yeah, because it was getting it was getting juicy.
About to get it. This is about to get juicy. What's going on, Miss Tracy? Lady C. John, how's everybody doing over on Instagram? Rochina, what's up, boo? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Yate, I see you. I see you. I see you. And then Christiana, thanks so much. And then Miss Jackie Guzman, how are you? How are you? Saying money and money.
What's going on, my sister? What's going on, my sister?
Kay was getting good. We're about to get into the topic of
relaxer
chemistry. Yeah, relaxer chemistry versus the internet panic. And so Mr. Allen, in case you guys missed it, his hair product line is called Hair Elements, representing the elements. And so he has a full product line that his father invested in him to start the product line. And he said he had to do this because he said, if I'm gonna be in this for a while, I'm gonna have to make these products myself. Yeah. And so there he is. He is back with us. All right,
brother.
Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
Okay, I closed on the tab, so.
All right, let's do it. Okay. So now your dad said, well, I ain't gonna give you the money.
Yeah, Dad was like, I was like, thank you, Dad. He was like, he said, he said, man, he said, give. He said, man, it's a loan. I was like, okay. I still not paid him back though, because he told me, he was like, I had it figured out. I said, well, if I asked the money, I had it all, did out as far as how much product I was gonna make, how much I was gonna make back. And I remember when I made my first conditioner.
He got to go to another. I think it's his internet.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah. So is there another office that you can go?
The warehouse.
I'm sorry. Is there another office or another room that you can go in? Because
I can try another room, but I think that
let's try another room because we'll take
does it have
out
to be on? Can it be on the phone? Or can it be on a laptop?
Yes, get your phone. Okay. Yes. Let me just take them out, ladies, and we're gonna get this internet together because we ain't letting look at y'all staying there. Y'all like we here for it. We get up. We want to get this relaxing information, y'all. We like go get that phone, Alex.
Well, I mean, but let me just say this.
Say it.
We need some time for somebody else to say it. We need to have a much a wider conversation, you know what I mean, about it. Because obviously we need more the merrier. Because, I guess two people can be kind of, condescending. You guys just want to have, you have an agenda. No, this brother has stretched himself. And if the information is there for anybody, it's there for everybody. So I am completely excited.
Yeah. Let's see if we can bring them back in.
Okay, let's try again. Okay,
let's do it.
Let's try here. I'm in my office now. I was in my outside waiting area. We'll see this holds up here.
Let's see how this holds
Yes.
up.
Okay.
All right. Okay, everybody, this chat, they ready for you too. They like, oh, come on, it's about to get good. And so okay, so now let's take it back. We're gotta come back a little bit. So you said your dad loaned you the money. You said, okay, this is going good. I did all my math, and then I made my first condition.
Man, look here. I was in the warehouse speaking in tongues. I was so excited. I made my first condition. I'm like, man, Lord, thank you, Jesus, man. You know, I did because since my wife was an actual chemist at that time. This was before they had Google, so she worked at Procter & Gamble, so she had contacts. With a lot of the suppliers, behind the scenes. Now you can Google stuff now, but she called a couple of people and we met with them, and I told him how much product I was moving. He was like, well, man, yeah, you could probably start buying drums and make your own stuff. So I said, cool. So, everything came together, went online with some BASF, Dow Chemical had some little formularies that I could basically start with and everything. And I was all excited, man, made my first condition. I'm like, this is going to be good, man. I went out to my clients. They were like, this is crap. I was like, now one thing my dad told me when I told him what I was going to do, he said, son, whatever you do, make sure you tell your people the truth. Tell them what you're doing, tell them why you're doing it, and they'll stick with you. And that's what I did. I told everybody exactly what was going on. I said, listen, I want to start making my own products. I need your real feedback. I need you to tell me exactly.
So with that being said, can you share with us what does the Hair Elements product line consist of? And then we're going to move right into the relaxer. So give us your whole full line.
The whole line. We have hair relaxers. We have our foaming lotions, our shampoos, conditioners. In fact, you go on hairelementsproducts.com and we make all that stuff. I make my own spritz. Our leave-in conditioners. We have a charcoal-based shampoo, dandruff shampoo with zinc. Very, very good. That's an excellent controller for dandruff. We go down the list, and it's a system. What I end up doing, I said, I want a layering system. So when you use Hair Elements from the Alpha E, which is a clarifying shampoo, all the way through, we layer our products, we layer the conditioning so that at the end, I tell all my folks, I don't chase one particular product because sometimes you do that, it can be, you can have too much conditioner at this stage or too much of that stage. So we just layer it. And so I say, well, what was the end result? Oh, I really like where the hair was. Okay, well, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a layered system that can go. Because I had some excellent products that I was selling before, and there was a product that I really, really liked that people would buy a lot of, and I tried to formulate to beat that product, but it was too much. So I said, no, let me just layer it, and that's what the Hair Elements system is. And it's hairelementsproducts.com. Hair Elements Products.
Hair Elements.
Okay. So now we got a full wet line, professional line with the relaxers, the foam. Yes. He's got everything. So let me just say, he said it's a layered system with proven. I'm gonna add this proven effective end results. Okay. So let me just get this on here correct.
And it's salon exclusive.
Okay.
Salon exclusive.
So that means if the professionals that are in the chat are is that products with the S, Hair Elements products?
Products, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Hair Elements products.
So all right, let me get that scrolling across the ticker here. So if the licensed professionals, if you guys are interested in that, then by all means, it's yours for the purchase. Okay, so he ain't gonna be giving y'all this stuff for free. All right, so there it is. Hair Elements products is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I know I'm gonna order me some. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And
I say this here: when you go online, send us your email address, and we will give you the stylist discount. It's pretty much basically half of what the list price is. Because for a long time, again, I was like, I want my products online, but I got a lot of people that moved out of state that want to buy the product still and we go retail, that kind of stuff. So my daughter, she came in and she said, Dad, we got to go and do it. So she built the website and the prices you see there, those are, if it was retail, but we don't, we only sell to hairstylists.
All right. My son's my boss too. So I'll pray for you. You pray for me. Okay. These kids don't play out here. All right. So let's get into the relaxer. We're here for it. We want to be we're gonna put our big girls and big boy draws on. All right. So I'm gonna show the clip. All right. We're gonna show some clips about the relaxer. And then we're gonna get your feedback, right? But before we do the clips, give me your take. Like, give us your in-depth take on what's your opinion about the relaxer and the hair straighteners, because we got to kind of get that cleared up as we go into the clips, because it's something about the relaxers and the straighteners and the formaldehyde. What is it that we're just getting all mixed up? And then we got these clips to see if they're taking us off of our curve, and where could our education go? All this technical stuff. We're going to help. We need your help in this. Cheryl's going to add her 2 cents to it. Me, I'm just going to be messy boots. All right. So I got a little picture here. Right. So here's the picture. Now I'm using the image that you sent over, and boy, this was flying all over the internet. Okay. So what's going on? What's wrong with the relaxers? Is it different from the straighteners? So let's just take it away, okay?
Okay. First of all, back in 2019, the NIH decided unilaterally to rename relaxers and include it with smoothing treatments. They did this on their own. They didn't ask, me. They didn't ask hairstylists. They didn't ask anybody. These two women, and not of our color, okay, they decided that we're just going to put smoothing systems and relaxers in a new category. And I'm a wordsmith. Words matter. So they use this word henceforth. And when you look up henceforth, that's a very, very powerful old English word saying it's authority. So they said from henceforth, they will be known as straighteners.
They'll classify.
So they did on their own. They decided. So they took relaxers, which was separate in all the past studies, that was by itself doing its own thing. They took that and decided in 2019 that we're going to include keratin treatments in there, and we're going to rename the whole category straighteners. That's where the confusion started. So I was studying the tearing apart the 2022 study. But then I said, well, where this came from? So I kept going back and back and back to 21, and I came all the way back to 2019, the 2019 study that the NIH did on breast cancer. And that's when they decided unilaterally to include those two into one thing, and henceforth. Because I was like, wow, that's a lot of power. Henceforth is what we're gonna call it. So I posed it. So at that point, from a technical standpoint, they put those. That's where the confusion started. So from that point on, but the funny part about it was in that 2019 study, they literally said, buried in the study, that because we included keratin treatments, which were not on the market until the mid 2000s, then our answer could be different from prior studies, because the prior studies only studied relaxers. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, this is bold, because you're literally admitting that relaxers by itself, we had no findings, which means that they could find no association. And anytime they
you're kidding.
No. Yes. N-U-L-L, no, in the epidemiology science means no association. So when it was just relaxers, it was fine. And the thing was, we as an industry, this is before the internet, before social media, we get a couple of blogs, blogs that would talk about, the hypothesis of those studies. But the ending result, which was null, basically did not allow any litigation to go forward, because the study said that there was no association. But some advocates for, a lot of natural hair blogs at the time was pushing the hypothesis that these caused fibroids. But when I finally found the actual study way back then, read to the end, and it said null findings. But people were pushing the hypothesis. So that's what kind of got that whole vibe about relaxers being some sort of chemical danger out there. It just floated out there for years.
Okay, so now let's get in the chat.
And you tried this, and you simplified it because it's actually more convoluted.
Yeah,
so what you say.
But we still got some non-believers in the house. Okay,
that's okay.
So
that's okay.
How many people is like, I don't care what you say, Mr. Byrd, the hair nerd.
Yeah, Miss Byrd, the hair nerd is me.
So how many people still believe that relaxers cause cancer? Now he just told you exactly what. Oh yeah, Esther. Wait a minute. Oh, sucky ducky quack quack. Now, Mr. Byrd, in case you're wondering, how did you guys come up with the concept to have a podcast? It's America's favorite podcast about Afro hair and have wonderful guests like you. It's this young lady right here. Her name is Esther Jones. And we started this podcast. We didn't know what we were doing. And so Esther, you know what? You ladies are good, but you know what y'all need? Y'all need some guests. And me and Cheryl was like this. Hold on. This is really what happened. This is what me and Cheryl said. We said this to Esther. Just stay in your seat right there. Hold on. Let me get it. I'm going to show it to you. This is what me and Cheryl said to Esther.
What you talking about, Will?
So, long story short, here you are. So we always like to give Esther her flowers, and we want to make sure that we're making Esther
the next generation. We appreciate it.
We really want to do the right thing. So now that you have it out of the bag, that this was pretty much a mix-up from one word called henceforth, but it was pretty much cleared up also that the word null said this is also a crock of poo, okay? But yet you have these images that's going around about the relaxers, but in our industry, right? Let me just show you these images. This is the latest one. And me and Cheryl, we be up all night, like sending stuff off of social media. Like we need to go to bed, but we're up all night. Like, did you see this one? What about this one? And so we're driving each other crazy, but this is the latest one.
I know.
So okay.
Oh.
Now let's come on. Now we got to talk about.
Yes.
Okay, so we got hold on this one, and we have Chantel. Now Miss Brown is in mine. Her office is actually like 7 minutes from my job. So we got the Healthy Hair Act.
She's in your district. She's in your district.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't send anything directly to her because she's not in my district. Okay, good. Okay, we're gonna definitely.
Don't worry. We got me. I'm being sure we already on it. Okay, so let's start with this one here. All right.
Yes.
So FDA misses the deadline to ban formaldehyde in hair relaxers. So let's get it going. First and foremost, is formaldehyde in relaxers? We're gonna do this. This is a simple yes or no question here.
No.
Cheryl?
No.
Okay, Cheryl, your turn. Cheryl, is formaldehyde. Let me put it up because don't cook it up. Wait a minute. Hold on, Cheryl. Don't say nothing. Look it up. FDA misses deadline to ban formaldehyde in hair relaxers and straightening products. So your turn, Cheryl. It's a simple yes or no question. Is formaldehyde in relaxers?
Never was, never will be.
Exactly.
Okay, now I got some clips.
Never
now
will
we about
be.
to get
Exactly.
ghetto.
There's no need for it.
I'm about to get
they don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand formulation. It was never part of the concoction. Relaxer is a concoction.
Yeah.
Black folks created.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a concoction. We didn't, and let me just say this. I think it's egregious.
Yeah.
Enormously malfeasant. I think it's very economic. I don't know. I definitely think it's criminal what they're doing to Black hair care as an industry, attaching a Black woman to this. And it's just, and let me just say that.
Now,
in our Black women politicians,
y'all get a little bit too buck. Now wait a minute, y'all getting a little bit too buck wild. So both of y'all saying it at the same time. Y'all saying this is criminal? The Black woman?
That's criminal.
Absolutely criminal. Absolutely.
Defamation. That's defamation of character. It's a defamation.
It's called actually it's product defamation. There's this is what's going. There is a lawyer, I think it's in Illinois, that does take those cases. I mean, this thing keep going. That's where because it literally is product defamation. Because the more information I find, I'm like, you guys are purposely doing this. Because the thing about it, as long as they can say, well, we thought or we think, but at this point, with all the information out there, and to lead to your next clip, we're gonna go to the link.
Now let me just say this: the chat told me to get ghetto. Okay, so I'm gonna tell because my her look at her right here. Now you think you fine? Look at her. Damn, she fine. Okay. Now that she just said, she talking about to you now. Okay, but she also said now go on and get ghetto on them. Okay, so what y'all saying? Y'all sound like some conspiracy theorists. Okay, so that's my ghetto statement. Y'all talking about some. This is some old.
Let me give you some fire for your ghetto. Okay.
I got a clip for you, but go ahead.
But okay, just the fact that, and I'm sure that Mr. Byrd would agree, the fact that you would cause the commotion on a correlative study, because if you understand that both NIH and FDA are bedfellows,
yes,
and so here we are as a private sector industry,
right,
having to fight government agencies,
yes,
in this particular misleading, and you are criminally indicting. And now we have to, because of course, hair care and beauty and fragrances are not a very heavily regulated industry. That's why the FDA, their whole charter is actually, we can't really use another government agency with the correlative test. He said it was null. There was inconclusive. Correlation studies are not scientific. They know the science is not on their side, but yet you did it anyway with all of the marketing. And let me just say this. I have to say the death ringer and the knife and the dagger is not in their hands. It's in Black women's hands. They have the dagger and they don't even know that the dagger is stabbing history, heritage, legacy, and a reputation of an industry that did nothing wrong.
And it's stabbing them. And we'll get into that as well, because the thing about it is the information I actually found shocked me. And we'll get into that later on in the end. Now, to answer your question again about the FDA, okay? This is what I found out. The FDA actually in this thing is funny. The FDA has actually been accurate. It's been the NIH that's been the bad actor. And everyone's getting behind it. They're playing the NIH against the FDA. And so I say this here, all you have to do, the link I sent you about the FDA relaxer.
That's why they keep messing the deadline.
Yeah, exactly. When you pull it up, the FDA is like, listen, the information is already there. So if you go to the FDA's website.
Hold on, don't cook it up. Look it up. Hold on.
Right there. Don't cook it up. Look it up.
He said, come on, Ladosha. Come on with your ghetto. Bring it. Bring it. I don't.
So this is the website, right?
What you
should. So scroll down. I said scroll down up to the top, very top first. We'll scroll to the very top. Very top. So this is the FDA's website, guys. This is their website. All right. So it says there hair dye and hair relaxers, right? It don't say it says hair relaxers.
It don't say straighteners.
It says hair relaxers. Exactly. Don't say straighteners. So now when you go down, though, scroll down some more.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, keep going down. Now what they did, start right here. Now here they said formaldehyde, because if you read everything else, they're talking about if you go back up, see it says rinse your scalp well with water after using hair dye or relaxer. See right there? So this basically gives you a process to what all they're saying. They're saying rinse your hair well after using hair dye or relaxers, right? It's right there, right?
Word.
So now when you scroll up a little more, so FDA's website, now go here. Now, because of all the hoopla, okay, they have this statement right here. It says formaldehyde and hair smoothing products. They don't say hair relaxers, they say hair smoothing products, okay?
Ow.
All right, if you read that, it says most hair smoothing and straightening products release formaldehyde gases into the air during the hair straightening or smoothing process. Formaldehyde gas is a known human carcinogen. It is distributed by I can't read it.
It's classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, and formaldehyde exposure can cause both short and long-term health effects.
Okay.
And now then it says learn more about the steps you can take to be safer if you are considering using a hair smoothing system.
Now hit that.
Here.
Hit here.
Hit it. Hit it. Can you hit it? Hit it.
Do you see a relaxer?
Don't know nothing about that.
Do you see a relaxer? Do you see someone put a relaxer on their hair?
Can y'all see the light? Hold on, wait a minute. They don't see it. Let me go back.
So read what it says now. Up top, it says hair. It says you see they're using the pressing tools, right? Formaldehyde and hair products. What you should know. Scroll down a little more. This the FDA's website.
Okay, come on.
Scroll down a little more.
Okay.
This ain't me talking. This them talking.
Okay, come on.
Right here, if you read that, what it says there.
Okay, it says if you decide that you wanna make your hair less frizzy or straighter, you may choose to go to a professional stylist at a hair salon for a hair straightening or smoothing service. Most hair smoothing and straightening products release formaldehyde gas, a known human carcinogen as classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, into the air during the hair straightening and smoothing process.
Okay,
Formaldehyde.
Okay. So let's stop there. So number one, they're saying that this is a gas. This is something that seeps through your scalp. Okay. The whole thing they're trying to talk about the uterine cancer is that it's seeping through your scalp. They're saying right here, formaldehyde is only released through a gas type thing, so you got to inhale it. Inhaling it is different from that's a totally different exposure. You have skin exposure and you have inhalation. Those are totally different exposures. So they're saying here that
well. Let me say this also. Well, here's the thing. And when a common person reads that, right? And a common person uses that, you have to also understand that the formaldehyde, why are they only focusing on beauty as an industry, Alan? Formaldehyde is in hundreds of products.
Absolutely.
Sodium hydroxide is in about 1,000.
Yes, exactly, including water.
Right. And that is where you have to be sort of educated when you're scrolling on this website. And I totally agree with you. Yeah. So when you're reading it,
want me to stop sharing now?
Yeah, no. Keep going. So now, we said this page provides information about, hit that next one right there, that top link. What happens
during the smoothing process? All right. You're getting good. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. It says your stylist usually applies a hair straightening or smoothing solution to your hair and follows it with a heat processing step, typically performed with a flat iron device that seals the solution of hair. Seals the solution into the strands.
It's not a relaxer. Exactly. So the FDA, they're literally telling you right there that that's a totally different system. It's not a relaxer. But
so it's a bait and switch. That's all you said. Is that what you're saying? It's a bait and switch.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the FDA is clearly saying, they're saying, listen, these are two totally different systems. This isn't a relaxer. This is our concern is with the formaldehyde gas, and to Cheryl's point, not formaldehyde as a chemical, because in its liquid state, it's fine. It's only when it's vaporized that it becomes an issue. And even that issue is with OSHA, because the amount of formaldehyde they had in there And it was a gas. It wasn't anything that they were going through the skin. But what
And
this
a gas gets weaker once it oxidizes.
Right, exactly. And so what
the air kills it.
And so what
you know what I mean?
Says
it loses its potency once it oxidizes.
Right.
Just like an ammonia in developer or hair color.
Exactly.
These are oxidative dependent.
Exactly.
Okay. They're not oxidative resistant. You see what I'm saying?
It has absolutely nothing to do with relaxers. And the thing is, on the FDA's own site, they are clearly telling us, hey, this is what a smoothing system is. This is what has formaldehyde. And if you go further down, it says why exposure to formaldehyde is dangerous. It goes formaldehyde exposure, short-term, long-term. It gets all these different things. All the information is there. But the biggest point is that it has nothing to do with us as far as relaxers.
All right.
Yeah. We are only now something here we haven't, is the pink elephant in the room. So what would be the motivation to change the poster child's race?
Yeah. Well,
away from the demographic. Now you have to remember, Black people looking for a payday, such as lawyers, right? We know who he is, Mr. Cohen.
Messy boots.
They're looking for a payday, right?
Yes.
They think that utilizing the blackface will get them more punch.
Yeah.
And it will carry some kind of malfeasant, malicious intent to market.
So, now let me interject right quick. Let's get some feedback. How many people in the chat actually believed that the relaxer caused cancer, or somehow when you put it on your skin, somehow, some way it got or gets into your body? Let us know. Let's get interactive here. And while you're answering that, Cheryl wants you guys to do this to help change the narrative about the relaxer chemistry versus the internet panic. Show them what they need to do right now, Cheryl. Here we go, guys. Right now. Bam.
Yes, I like that.
Okay. You were getting ready, right, to say we lost it. What were you saying?
No. Where we were going with it is that we were talking, you were going a little bit more into the whole face of the poster child. Like, what does he think about them actually putting Black women? Like, what was the motive operandi to use the Black women's face? And then you talked about Ben Crump and them trying to get this money. And
but on the flip side, when it comes to the real person who is suffering, which is Asian and Latino and European women in these salons doing this, I don't understand why they can't shoulder their own activism and their own lobby because of course it would be stupid for us to be dealing with the acrylic nails, right, and the fumes in the Korean, in nail salons, and put a black face on it. That would be dumb. Right. So I don't understand how. So within the lobby of these politicians, do you think they know that they're being used?
It's like, I honestly, from a big picture standpoint, I'm trying to stay away from any kind of public accusations in the sense of what I think they did or are doing. However, what you do see is a level of, just ignorance now that it's concerning. It's really concerning. It's getting to that point where it's like, the more I show you, the more science I show you, the more facts and you're still saying that, then my strategy has been, because of the fact that they figured out narrative versus facts.
Yeah.
So what I figured out a long time ago, that's why you guys are the first people that's called me for an interview. It's like I've called Fox, and I've called a lot of major news stations to try to contact them, but they don't. And it's a lot of popular YouTubers, but I believe that the information that we have, they don't want to elevate it. Now, we'll say this here: I have filed an official information request for information correction with the NIH. One good thing about the government, the fact that the government did this here, there's a way that if you really feel strongly about what you're stating, there's a way you can file a petition and they have to respond. I'm waiting. I'm going up on 25 days left. It's 60 days. Within 6 days, they must respond with respond to your petition because of the misinformation that I feel was in the study. One being that they also included flat irons in the study. As far as straight.
Oh yeah, well that comes from hot alopecia. Yeah, that's the old folklore.
But now, when you do something,
because we're gonna clean that up. We got to clean it up.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get behind you with that letter. But when you do something that bold, this is what we do here on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel.
Hammer time.
Yeah.
That's a hammer time, baby.
Hey, listen. Hey,
y'all get this man a round of applause. I mean, this right here.
Letter to NIH. It laid out all the different areas that they were wrong. So I'm not just fighting this on narrative. I'm putting it. It's official. I got it certified. I sent it to my congressman. I sent it to Chat Acharya. He's a director of the NIH because he was actually targeted by the NIH during the COVID time because he was a professor out at Stanford, and he was one of the ones that said that he didn't think that children should be immunized. He wanted them to have herd immunity, maybe. So whatever you thought about it, they went after him, and they basically tried to ruin him. Okay. And that's the guy that's in charge of the NIH now. So I'm hoping that, hey, listen, you know,
Dr. Fauci is out. Y'all know that, right?
So, exactly. So, hey, they tried to screw you. They trying to screw us too. So
well, you know, and two. All right. Now, how you started out your talk, right? You said about the historical and legacy and the importance of the economic empowerment. Because you know, hair care has single-handedly financed and funded HBCUs and Niagara in the civil rights movement. It's done a lot. You know what I mean? And the only conclusion I can come to by leaving that dangling and leaving it open-ended and not one European company, not one Asian company, not one Latino company is intervening. They're like, you know, and I need to understand the social capital and the psychology capital of the white and Latino and Asian consumer not being fear-mongered in the beauty aisle. Like, what is that about? Why do they fear Black women instead of?
Well, here's the thing too.
And then after you answer that, we're going to get into the relax a little bit more. But go ahead.
Okay. So to Cheryl's point, it's like, you know, I was raised by Black women, right? I mean, my single mother. I had 3 younger sisters. Aunts. I mean, listen, y'all are powerful, man. Y'all really are, and everybody else know that. So I say the same thing. I say, how come this company won't come out and say something? But it's like, if you do, and that's why I had to be very, very careful, because I work in the industry. It's ironic because 99% of my clients are Black women, but I got this larger, you know, sisterhood that's convinced that, you know, these people are coming after them and that they're victims, and that, you know, the narratives are so powerful. And then they got, like I said, you know, Mr. Crump, you just said, he come out there and saying that y'all don't have to get your relaxers, and then all this stuff about the European, and, you know, I've actually written a whole book now based on this stuff, what I've seen, because I talked at the beginning. I came into this industry because of the power, not because of the victimhood. And what they are doing, they're weaponizing our unique history against us. And those same companies, L'Oreal literally said in their briefing that we just bought these legacy companies, and they say it don't represent a small percentage of our sales. And so what they're saying is that we got no history with this company. They're just a part of our portfolio. And so here you are, you have this European company that just bought this brand. All of a sudden, it's being blamed for killing, black women. And they're like, what do I do? If I say something, I get shouted down.
These are step kids.
We all
We
did,
just-
you know what I'm saying? You're racist and you just another. Yeah.
Right. And let me just say this.
Yeah.
They have formed a very thick, powerful lawsuit, class action in hopes of going after the deep pockets. And
so they go back and
ruining. Because and let me just say this, Alan and Ladosha, before we go into the other transition here. The only thing I can think of, because of course I don't trust them, is that they don't want black women to go back to the salon.
I believe
because at the end of the day, natural hair created a junkie.
Yeah, it did for them.
Because venture capitalist white America, even Europe, did not have access to the black beauty dollar. Only Asia did.
They did.
And now that it's into the secular markets and drugstores and into the beauty secular markets of and attached to venture capital of Europeans.
Yeah.
Woo, they are a junkie. Right. We made them a junkie. And so let me just finish.
Let me kind of pivot. Let me kind of pivot a little bit. Okay. Now I asked people in the chat how many people believe that this caused cancer. And so believe this whole thing. And so it was pretty much people like, I actually believe
I respect what she said. I respect what she said. Grateful for the knowledge. However, I wouldn't use the products. I respect that. And again, it's her choice.
Right. But she's using it. She's using sodium hydroxide.
On soap and everything. The soap and
she's using it already.
But
you are just attached to the cultural product.
Yeah.
Well, her name, but you're using the chemicals already, and therein lies the problem.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna get into it.
I think right now what I've noticed, what I've seen now, and this is why I've been very, very deliberate about, what are we actually, there are like two lanes. You have the science lane, which are facts.
Yeah.
Then you have the cultural lane, which is the narrative. And what I've seen is I've come on the side as we as Black Americans, I'm gonna say this here, it's controversial.
Come on. Say it.
As Black Americans, we have a unique experience here in America. It is not Eurocentric, okay? It is not colonization. We kicked the Brits out back in 1776 after the Revolutionary War. So everything that we've come up with in America, in Black America, is Black American centric. It's our culture. But what's happening now, what I see a lot of, people are trying to rewrite our history and say that because we have a relaxer and we straighten our hair, that for some reason it means we're trying to be Eurocentric, and that's absolutely false. Because I can look at all three of us here. The three of us here, I'm thinking American Black, right?
We colored. We ain't Black. Okay. Us colored.
American Black, right? And guess what? And guess what? Look at our different textures. So as American Blacks, we are a creolized ethnic group. So you can have someone like Dorothy Dandridge back in the early 20s, Josephine Baker, okay, because of the one drop rule. Now this is unique. She was still Black, but her hair wasn't kinky. It was straight. And so we could have within our culture, and you said something that it's funny, we laugh about it. I said, well, I knew we'd come back to it. What you said, oh, he got good hair. All right? Remember you said that?
I said it.
Yes, guess what? That's a culturally unique thing within our culture. Good hair never meant straight hair. Good hair just meant, we just had that you got a little Indian hair, you got a little curly, you know what I'm saying? It was never, because our unique American culture, we have different textures. I tell you what, each one of us here probably got 3 different textures on our head. No, Black Americans, we have, you be straight over here, curly over here, a little more kinky over here. but it's on the same head. It's because of the fact that we've been put together with so many with indigenous people, European, African. So it's a uniqueness, and so there is no Eurocentric culture. It's Black American culture and relaxers, waves, afros, and that's why my thing is there is no hierarchy with Black American hair. It's just hair, and each generation gets an opportunity to style it like they want. And to Cheryl's point, I don't like the fact that they're trying to make it other than, like, if it's not right now, if it's so these companies she's talking about, they're pushing this quote unquote natural thing because it benefits them from a finance standpoint. And when I was going, man, back in the early 1900, 2000, I could go in the salon. I didn't sell a lot of maintenance products. Most products I sold was relaxers, shampoos, conditioners, because everybody came and got their hair did every 2 weeks. Okay, they got the relaxer, they got their shampoo and set, and they can't. And so they went buying a lot of home maintenance products. And so, but the stylist was making all the money through the services. And so what happened was once they left, once that money left, they figured out how to convince a Black woman that, hey, not only is your hair straight and you trying to be European or white, also it's creamy crack, because they started that out back in the day. So now the hairstylist is a crack dealer. So you gotta understand how they narrative. They just
good. That's a very good narrative.
I gotta move it because now it's about to get. Now we about to move it. Okay. Yes, now I just want to say this before I move it. This podcast is not to convince anybody to move into a relaxer.
No, it's not.
I'm saying it. Alan Byrd, the hair nerd, is saying it.
No.
Cheryl Morrow, the hair oracle. I am looking directly into my camera. This podcast is not about convincing you to use or try or switch over to the relaxer. However, we do have, I think she says she's grateful for the knowledge. However, I wouldn't use it, and I don't blame you. If you don't want to use it, then don't use it. But now, here is, she said, our hair is bad. Here you go. Come on, girl. She said, it's beautiful, authentic, and divine. You go, this check out her podcast.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely. I
am Yate's favorite fan. She don't know that yet though. But anyway, so let me see. Let's see. So I think now here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, now moving out. Okay, all right. So where are you moving?
I want to know, because I think the biggest problem with the relaxer is nobody knows how this stuff really works on the hair. So I'm gonna show. I have 2 clips on how relaxers work. And then I want to hear both of y'all's opinion. They might be the same, they may be different. I don't care. We only got so much time, okay? But I need y'all to get to it. So here's the first one. It's a couple of minutes. We got to get into it. Here we go.
Okay.
Y'all take notes on this one. You ready, Alan? I get myself off of TikTok too, by the way. I love TikTok. Here we go.
Are going to live between a 6.5 and a 14.0. So we know that the 6.5 is on the acidic side of the pH scale, and the 14.0 is on the alkaline side of the pH scale. So the alkaline would be a little bit more aggressive, whereas the acid would be a little gentler. So when we're thinking about less pH or a low pH relaxer, it's going to be less damaging. It's going to be gentler, and it's going to be good for people who already have porous hair or who are already experiencing like chemical damage. And then as we go up, that's going to be better for people with coarser, more intact cuticles, hair that is, has low porosity, that maybe has not been chemically treated at all. Make sense?
All right, Miss Marquita, when you are doing a version relaxer, where are we starting the application at?
A half an inch to an inch from the scalp.
And then I'm going up to where?
2 inches on the end.
Perfect. So I'm doing the whole mid shaft in every section. And then when I go back and take it up to the scalp and down on the ends, I simulate what?
Smoothing.
And I can do that 2 different ways. Tell me both ways.
With your fingers like this, or you can just use the back of your comb.
Perfect. There are 2 types of relaxers. You're doing the version. What's the other kind?
A retouch.
Perfect. Ooh, when we're at Stay Bored, how do we pick which quadrant to do the version relaxer in?
whichever side you didn't use for your patch test with the color, and you use the opposite side.
Our relaxers are going to live between a 6.5.
The relaxer, you know, it's weak, it's strong. So let's get into it. You manufacture, you make the relaxer. Hold up, guys. I think
Okay.
somehow Cheryl, can you
Yeah.
unmute when I hit the video and mute your mic?
Mute
So can you
right.
unmute your mic, Cheryl? Sorry about that, but this is a new thing that the StreamYard does now.
Yep.
Okay. So now what is the science on the relaxer? Okay, so now we gotta. The lady is saying that the weaker the pH, it's for finer, gentler hair, and it won't do as much. The higher the pH is for low porosity, stronger hair, virgin hair. It's going to be more aggressive. All right. Here's the next clip. Okay, we're going to get them together. All right. Because now we got to know what they is, you know, who to use it for. Now the question is, how do relaxers actually work on hair? Here we go.
How do relaxers work? Before we get into it, we have to talk about the structure of hair. Your hair is made up of fibrous proteins called keratin. For the sake of this video, we're going to say these pipe cleaners are keratin proteins. The fibers are held together by disulfide bonds. We're going to pretend that the twists holding together the pipe cleaners are the disulfide bonds. Now, because disulfide bonds put keratin fibers together, they're responsible for your hair's structure, stability, strength, and your hair type. How does this exactly relate to relaxers? Relaxers break the disulfide bonds in your hair to loosen your curl pattern. As we unwind, the hair gets straighter and straighter. Now, relaxers use hydroxides, ammonium thiglycolate, or potassium to straighten your hair. It's because they break the disulfide bonds in your hair to loosen the curl pattern.
So we got the two different types. We got strong, and then you get weak, and then you have aggressive. Aggressive relaxers, and they work by breaking the disulfide bonds either using an ammonium thioglycolate or by using a potassium. I think she said potassium calcium, something like that. So Alan, you make this stuff. So let's go with part one. Is there a such thing as a strong or a weak relaxer? Get your questions going, guys. I don't make this stuff, I just use it. So I'm going to have you go 1 and 2, and then Cheryl, you're going to go 1 and 2. So, and then the second part is what she said correct. Does it break the disulfide bonds? She said you can straighten it using an ammonium thioglycolate or a potassium hydroxide. That's what she said.
Yes.
Okay.
She was right. I think she slightly misspoke when she said that relaxers can be like acidic. That those aren't relaxers. Relaxers are only like 12 and a half and up on a pH scale, you know, and anything about, 14 or up, you're talking about a depilatory type level. So we're really talking about between 12 and a half to 13.
So 12 and a half to 13.
13 and a half. Yeah, people may push it up a little more, but yeah, no lower than about 13.5 pH. Anything higher than that, you come to depilatory level.
So can a relaxer be weak or strong, or are they all the same?
Like I said, so what happens is right. So between 12.5 pH, that could be considered a mild. It's still going to relax the hair, okay, but that's like a weak mild. And so just look at the whole scale, right? The relaxer is going to sit on that high end by itself between 12 and a half. So if I'm mixing, okay, well, I want a weak mild. I may have my pH meter. It may be like 12.5, and companies kind of go in between that range, between 12.5 to 13.5, 13.7 is like a super, okay? But anything stronger than that, okay, when you're talking about depilatory now, so people don't mess with, we don't go that far. Anything, so now you start going to like a 11 and a half, 12, that's bleach. That's still high alkaline. That's a chemical. That will open the cuticle up as well. You go down to about 9, permanent color, okay? You're still on the alkaline level. That's still going to, open the cuticle up. Now, once you go down to that 6, now crossing over to acidic, now you're talking about a whole nother issue, because anything that's on acidic level, if it's going too low, it can irritate your scalp as well. Because there are a lot of smoothing systems out there right now that don't have keratin in them. But if you read the instructions closely, they'll tell you especially the low pH acidic systems, like some of them are as low as 1.0. And that will irritate, that will burn your scalp as well if you're not careful. That's why a lot of those smoother systems tell you to make sure you don't touch the scalp. But because it's acidic, because it's so low on the pH scale, it makes the hair look like glass. You notice how the smoothing systems you see them on, it like look like the hair is like its cuticle so doggone tight, it shines like a reflection. In fact, we're in development right now. That's going to be around a full 3.8, 4.0. I don't want to go that low, but those are two extremes. Okay, so there are no relaxers that's at 6.0. It can't be. That's not a relaxer. It got to be between that 12 and 3.5.
Okay, so now how it works on the hair. So the strong and the weak is only gonna, and when I say only, we're not. Listen, guys, you got to go to school for this, so don't use this podcast as a class. Now, don't y'all do that shit. Take your asses to school. Now, I'm not be nice now. Go to school.
Right.
We're just trying to give y'all a little overview, okay? I see y'all over here on Instagram. Y'all coming on through. Come on through Instagram, okay? So now you're saying that what makes it a little bit weaker is going to be on that pH of alkalinity, but it is not going to teeter over into beyond this 13.5.
Right.
But
exactly. It's going to hover between that 12 and that 13 range right there. That's a sweet spot right there.
So here you go, right over here. Y'all see me hovering over. Okay. So now, I'm going to get to you on the next one. Now, next part, how does it work? How does the relaxer actually? Because y'all know, I love Dick Gregory. Y'all know, but y'all remember that video they had back in the day when they put the relaxer and the Jerry curl and they did the autopsy and they said that it went into the skull and they pulled out the fat. Y'all remember that one? So, how does it get into your skin? Does it soak into your skull? How does the relaxer actually work on hair? And then sure, you're going to answer the same question. So your turn. You answer the part 2, Alan, in your professional opinion. How does it work on hair?
What'd you say about Dick Gregory? I missed that part. What did he say? He put a relaxer and a curl together?
Oh, well, they had an autopsy, right? On this, and they pulled the. I don't know. It was really popular back in the mid. And they said the skull, like the relaxer,
I remember that.
And they pulled it back, and they said this it's seeping. But this is why people say, I don't care what I ain't using that shit. It's getting into your skull. It's getting into your skin. How does it straighten the hair?
So think about it now.
Straighten the hair.
Okay, so again, the way it straightens the hair, the sodium hydroxide is because of the high pH. It literally lifts it lifts the cuticle up and goes in and breaks some of those bonds. But let's be clear now: the relaxer, the cream we're talking about, is 98.75% conditioner. There's less than 1%. The relaxer we're talking about, it's 99.78% conditioner.
What?
Right at the end. Yes, it's only 1% sodium hydroxide. It's a drop in the bucket. It's about, like I said, your average fine relaxer has about 1.15% sodium in it. Your normal has about 1.2% sodium hydroxide. A super may have like 1.25%. You're talking about the vast majority of it is just conditioners, bases, and that's why George H. Johnson, Johnson Products, he's the one that came up with the modern relaxer. He figured out how much emulsifying conditioners you have to have in order for the relaxer not to irritate and burn the scalp. Everyone talks about Garrett Morgan in 1901. That straightening he came up with was never scalable. There were always people doing it in the potash and all that stuff. People doing those things in barbershops and and individually. He was the first one to figure out how to scale it, because he figured out it takes about 99.7% conditioner and just a drop of sodium hydroxide for it to stay stable. So for all this talk we're talking about, all that happens is that little 1% of sodium hydroxide which again, you probably got, you got a little less than that in soap. Sometimes if you have a little too much sodium hydroxide in soap and if you're washing yourself with soap and you kind of feel your skin kind of itching a little bit, kind of like, you're like, man, you kind of like, guess what? That's the sodium hydroxide.
That's that lava and that. Remember that Irish green soap?
Irish green, damn, boy, a little itchy here. Yeah,
my mother said we stank, so we had to use Irish soap. We couldn't use the Ivory and olive olay or the Dove. Dove wasn't out back then. Dove kind of knew, y'all. Okay,
well,
all right.
What? Guess what? Dove, but guess what? Talk about Dove though. Dove, because even most soaps are on the alkaline level because that's always going to lather. It's going to suds up. So, but Dove is actually not a soap. If you look at Dove, it don't say soap. Dove is actually a mild, like a conditioner. That's why it's down. It's actually down on acidic end. Mm-hmm. Sure is. Not even a soap. Not considered a soap. Look at I think they call it a beauty bar.
Only right here on Afro Hairstyles YouTube channel.
Yeah.
A beauty bar. Okay, Dove is not soap. Okay,
it's not
this
soap.
Shit's good.
Yeah,
okay?
it says beauty bar.
Cheryl?
It says beauty bar.
All right, now we all taking notes. It says beauty bar, does not say soap. All right, Cheryl, I got the pH scale up here. So now the first part of the question was, what makes a relaxer strong or weak? And then we want to know exactly, in your professional opinion, how does the relaxer actually work on hair? You take it away, Cheryl.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's complex. But now that you got the pH, and
I can put up some other renderings if you need one.
No.
And we got some questions in the chat too. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I think that just for state board reasons, right? And because you have to realize, Europe never made alkaline anything. Okay, they never made a beauty product that is alkaline. Okay, they make.
What about bleach? And what about powder light? Ain't that pretty alkaline?
What I'm talking about in terms of salon treatments, they don't make alkalines. Okay, because alkalines straighten, or what they call elongate. They are time conducive. Okay. And if they chemically performed, right, the way most conventional education teaches them, you would not know when it opened up something and went in and rearranged it and for you to rinse it out. It's not time. You don't know when that particular process, those are acids. Acids give you what we call a cold burn. They penetrate. They're penetrators. Okay, that's why it's called, Black folks called it cream cold wave. Okay, Europe calls it thioglycolic acid. Okay, but unfortunately, alkalins are what we call, now, once again, you guys just said it. You guys spent all that time smoothing it. If it was about breaking bonds, something that high in alkalinity, especially with that metal, potassium, lithium, or sodium, right? Mm-hmm. You could not, you have to smooth it. So that means that you are elongating it, or you are stretching, and you are doing some outside smoothing to make the cuticles are this far, you want to make them this far, which gives you the optic illusion of a smoother, straighter, wavier texture. But the problem is when you go get the regrowth, why is the diameter of the hair thinner than the new growth if it was just about rearranging bonds? And so because they have not corrected that, sodium softens, saponifiers soften. They don't go in your skin and rearrange your skin. What they do is they take the layer of the fingerprint off.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that if it's performing on your hand, it's not performing different on your hair. Does that make sense? And so I think that, and the cousin of relaxers, and especially the cousins of high pH creams, and he is right. There is only some very low amount of these particular corrosiveness. It's usually attached to acids because you'll get a cold burn. You'll still get a burn. The problem is that alkalins are thermogenic. They don't carry heat. They carry heat. Cold wave acids they stay cold and still burn your ass. You know, even though just stay cold. But that's where you get that. When people say the heat, stinging, and kind of burning, alkalins are very thermogenic, so they'll get hot, right? But I don't know how.
Well,
I don't know how we.
You're right. You'll feel the relaxer on the scalp. You know, well, you know, it definitely.
Alkalins are thermogenic. They pack heat. That's why when you correct and you're mixing a color, the bottle is hot.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Alec, because you make the stuff. So you know how they have the ingredients on the back, just going off of what you and Cheryl are saying. And thank you guys, both of you guys, for your scientific explanations on how these work on the hair. It's what we're seeing on the back of the bottle. Now, you know I'm ghetto, right? So here we go. Is that the recipe? Is that like how you mix it up, like what we see on there? Because you said it's 1%, but when you turn it around, it's like the first. So they teach, you know who they are, okay? So they say that the ingredient that you see first, that's what the product is mostly made out of. But you just said that a relaxer, which y'all know I'm messed up right about now. You said a relaxer is. It's like no more than 1.25% sodium hydroxide. But when you turn the bucket around, it's just really up there. Yeah. So is what we're reading on the back of that jar or that box, is that the recipe? Is that what we're getting? Can we mix it up? Can we go home and buy it? Can we go home and buy it and put it in that order and mix it up, and we're going to make our own relaxer?
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Box relaxers, very, very seldom are they selling you sodium hydroxide relaxers that's already pre-mixed. Most of them are, you get the kits, the perms. Now I want to say this here. Since I don't manufacture those perms, I can't stand behind what's in them or what's not in them. What I can stand behind is the science and how it's made up. In order for it to perform, it can't have too much sodium hydroxide or guanidine, because it would take the skin off. So it can't have too much of that. If you look on the back of the bottle, of all the bottles, no, the number one ingredient is always going to be water, and it's going to say solid alcohol, other things. Sodium hydroxide or guanidine is going to be the very last ingredient. It's going to be and with those kits, what you're talking about, the actual cup by itself is going to have calcium hydroxide in it, and then the little activator is going to be
wow.
Dang, heavens. Okay, guys, we're just having a little buffering here. Stick around. He's gonna get it, and y'all keep them questions coming. Hold on.
Yes. And so what I was saying was that now the all the ingredients on the back of the, if you look at them, sodium hydroxide, whatever the active ingredient is, it's going to be at the very end. And so, in fact, the FDA required those companies to at least put on there separately. This contain, sodium hydroxide. This contains, calcium hydroxide as a warning. Now, George Johnson, he complained about that because they made him do it for his relaxer, his Ultra Perm, and they told him that the other companies would do it as well, but they didn't. But now everyone at standard has to have that on there. This product contains sodium hydroxide as the active ingredient, as an extra, information thing. But no, those in order for those things to work, they got to have a very small amount of those active ingredients.
Right. Okay. So what we're seeing on the back of the box, that is what's in there. But what you're saying is you can't go and buy the stuff and
Yeah.
try to make it at home because you don't know
Yeah,
what ratio to
yeah.
mix it in. And okay, so what's on the back of the
like I
box
said,
is to let the consumer know what's in the product, not for you to go home and try to make it. Correct?
Some say contains, right? And some will say ingredients. You know, it just depends on what you're making. But the ingredients is just the contents. It doesn't mean that it's not telling you how, it's not giving you a recipe, it's not giving you percentages or anything.
Because I think that people confuse the ingredients. I'm sorry, Alan, because you got a little buffering going on there. I think that people, when they see the ingredients, they confuse that with the recipe. And what you're saying is, what you're seeing on the back, you cannot go home and make this stuff up. Like you said, there are chemists who knows how to mix this stuff properly. Okay. All right. Now we have some comments and some questions for you guys. Kenyatta, the stylist over here on Instagram, is saying it's a lot of people who have natural hair that don't take care of the hair, and they use a lot of product. They use products, with a lot of mess in it. So why is a relaxer bad? So so she's saying that some of the natural hair products can be just as icky and gooey, and can cause some issues, just like they are concerned about a relaxer. So do you guys have an opinion about that comment there? And then we have another one about burning.
I do. Okay, so now here's the thing. The studies we're looking at are all epidemiology reports. I mean, they're just questionnaires. Now, and these questionnaires,
oh my God,
they have factual ingredients in it, and then they'll give you a reference. Okay.
Did he freeze again?
He
that was not me. Okay,
yeah, you're freezing. Sorry, come back again.
Okay,
sorry, you're freezing. You're buffering again.
I'm buffering right now again. Still, I'm buffering now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear me now? Okay, you hear me right? Okay. So, those studies reference on the back of those studies. They have the study that they looked at to prove what they said. Well, I went to the back. There's the Helms and the Myers study. These are toxicology studies. They actually went out, and said, hey, you guys are saying that these products may cause something. So we're going to do an actual toxicology report on the products. Myers, the only product that came out ND, which means not detected, was the relaxer. Guess what came back with detected stuff in it? Leave-in conditioners, for phthalates, creams, all that stuff. But here's why: the science behind it. Y'all understand? At 12.0 pH, there's no need for.
You have to make them repeat it. He was doing great.
He was doing really good.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Maybe he needs to come back and go back out.
Let me take him out. I'm gonna have sorry guys, we're gonna have him come back. Thank you guys so much for being Boy, this is such a good podcast. If you guys can hit that thumbs up button, I'm gonna bring him back in. Let's see how this goes right quick. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Knock it out.
I'm back in?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So
what I was saying was
what I was saying was that in the alkaline environment, no microbials can grow. So there's no need for preservatives and relaxers because of the high pH. Okay. Conversely, whenever we make leave-in conditioners, sprays, all that stuff, those are on the low end pH, and stuff will grow in it. So we have to use preservatives in that stuff. on top of that, before
Damn it.
fragrance in it. Do it again.
Do it again. It was so good.
You hear me? Yeah. So because we use so much, but because we love the way stuff smell, we use a lot of fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
And so fragrances can at one point have what we call phthalates in it. They don't anymore, but all the actual toxicology reports
and they have in alcohol until recently. Yeah.
And so the funny part about the irony was that relaxers, because we had no real reason to put a lot of fragrance in it because it's a relaxer. It's a high pH because we don't use preservatives. It was more of a chemical service. That didn't have that stuff. But the toxicology reports literally came back and said, indeed, not detected for
Cheryl, he's buffering. Do you know what he's saying? This is so good. We're all like,
well, what he's basically, and most people don't realize that epidemiology is the root word for epidemiology is epidemic. It is why epidemiology is even in this conversation is wild to me. Okay, yeah. But Alan, go ahead and just right quick so we won't lose the last. Okay, so just hit your last statement there.
Okay, I think I'm in two places. What I said was that, okay,
go ahead.
The low pH, a lot. We have to have a lot more preservatives plus water-based product, as well as a. Hold on a sec here.
Are you hearing yourself, Alco?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm in twice.
Yeah, because she took you out.
Okay.
So you have the one, right? You forgot to close the other one. Okay.
Yeah, there. Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead. Absolutely.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
so the
sun.
I'm buffering.
Yeah.
On this one here.
I know, because that doesn't happen on Zoom. I wonder if it's the platform.
It might be, no, it's not. Maybe he could use his phone. I think it might be his computer. Yeah, we do. We need a part 2. We're gonna have to have him. Yeah, we're gonna have him. Yeah, when he comes back in.
Right. And what he was basically saying to draw it up to what we need to is that the reason why in the era of methylparabens, okay, and other types of preservatives, you guys said, wow, we don't like all of the endocrine disruptors and all the other chemicals and all of the other things that could be estrogen rich, such as the problem is that they went to hair relaxers instead of deodorant.
Exactly.
They went to your relaxers instead of going to the plastic that the bottled water is in.
Mm-hmm,
exactly. They did that instead of the fluoride in the toothpaste. Mm-hmm. Okay, they went to all of the other. They went to because at the end of the day, the lobby, and we got to find who this lobby is. It could be Heritage, it could be anybody. It could be Project 25, 20. We don't know, but there is something about the safeguarding shaving lotions, even though they have a lot of chemicals in those shaving lotion for men. The hair color for men is very, very strong, right? And these are going straight into the pores just like anything else. The problem is that I am prepared, and just like you guys, I am prepared to show that there is no pathway because the pH will kill the product in and of itself once it oxidizes. Okay. And because we're talking about epidemiology, the Braxtor doesn't go beneath the hypophilic barrier than the epidermis. It doesn't even get into the dermis.
It can't because the pH, the pH one at high pH, the skin acts as it hates it. It hates a high pH environment anyway.
Well, that's a whole. We didn't even get into the
exactly.
Right. And so what you're basically saying is that if we peel back the onion with your leave-in conditioners and all of your other serums and masks and stuff like that, you will find a whole list just to keep them on the aisle of Target and Sephora and Ulta. Because where does life live and where does it grow? Warm, dark, wet.
Yep, exactly.
Right?
And
so when you have right. And you have to understand, you don't mix a relaxer until you get it. Or if it is a sodium hydroxide, it is what we call a life-repelling substance. It doesn't need to preserve. There's no water around it. No water, no life. No water, no life. Right?
Wow. That y'all hold on, wait a minute. I want to make sure everybody is understanding what Cheryl and Alan is saying, because I'm sitting over here like my head is spinning. Because when you say things like leave-in conditioners, when you say things like conditioners, when you say things like hair puddings and hair creams, they sound so friendly. But you're saying, Alan, that you read some research that said when we did the research, the toxicity was actually not in the relaxer. It would be in the other products. And sure, you're saying the relaxer doesn't even have any water in it for those types of things. And then, Alan, you came back and said, no, because the pH is so high. Wow. You guys blown away by this? Hit that thumbs up.
The Dr. Theodore Brody said alkalize or die. That's what he said. Because every subsequent tissue is acidic. Blood is slightly alkaline. It's right.
So we know that.
Yeah.
Put me in. I'm on my phone now.
There we go. We hear it. We hear it now. Okay. All right. We hear it.
I'm on my phone now.
That's perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's much better. Yes. Everybody is saying like, no, you're good. We can hear you.
You're good.
This is your.
Just talk.
No. Unmute your mic. You're good.
At the bottom of the platform. At the bottom of the interface.
I unmute him.
Hello?
There you go.
Perfect. Bingo. All right.
You can hear me now?
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. You're good. We can hear you loud and clear.
Let's see here. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you guys.
Yeah.
You can't hear us?
Wow. I'm trying to think now. Upload recordings.
Just turn this volume up.
Did you turn your volume up on the side of your phone?
Fan Studio.
Yeah, it's this volume.
Did you turn your volume up?
That's it. Okay, I got you. I was like,
turn the volume up. Turn the music up.
It's my phone. My phone. It was the phone when it kept coming up. But I'm like, okay.
Okay,
my phone. Maybe.
Okay.
That's a little better.
That's much better. Yeah, when you come, so we're already now. Before we get you up out of here, we got about 10 more minutes. First of all, would you be willing to come back for a part 2 from your phone?
Yeah,
because you said so much stuff that was so good. We definitely want to. I know. We had so much technical difficulties, so we have to come back. And we want to just kind of hit it like bop, bop, bop. But we definitely appreciate it. But everybody is saying a part 2 is definitely needed because I think, I don't know about you guys, but I smell a rat. It's like we're missing something here. And so the last 10 minutes, if you could, we're gonna wrap it up here, but we're gonna pick it up from here. You and Cheryl started off by saying how disrespectful and how compromising and how undermining the message that the relaxers cause cancers, what this has done to the Black beauty industry.
Yeah.
Now, Cheryl, you're from a legacy brand. You're the heiress of the California Curl Empire. You made a powerful statement, Alan, when you said that the new different generations gets to do something different.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the undermining and the costing, what does this messaging do for your business? And Cheryl, how has the chemicals are bad hurt your father's legacy? I mean, he didn't go out of business, but he just ended it. So can you guys give us your perspective? Because I don't think licensed professionals, we're not speaking up enough. I don't know. Are we afraid? I'm not quite sure. And this is not a plea. I just need you to explain to them what damage this is doing, because some of us regurgitate. I know I did.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah,
I
no
did.
problem.
I believed it. I did.
Mhm.
I believe
Mhm.
some of it,
Mhm.
So how does this hurt? And then Cheryl, you're going to close it out on it. So Alan, take it away. How does this hurt your business? What is this doing?
Well, first of all, remember, the Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. That's the first thing we got to really come to terms with. And people like myself, like Cheryl, we've got to continue to step up and as elders speak for the industry. There was a time when I was looking around thinking that the older guys was going to say something. Back then they had Ambi, they had all these different organizations that were together, that pooled money together, that lobbied. They understood the game. But after all those guys got bought up, and it really left a void of leadership, industry level leadership. We were all individual product owners, but there was not a responsibility at the industry level to say, hey, although I own Hair Elements, I have responsibility for all my competitors as well to keep the industry together. So that's the amount that I took up because the fact that I'm like, it's a lie, it's wrong. And what intrigued me the most was the fact that it's not hard science. It's actually there. Information is there, but I was taken aback by how bold they were and betting on our ignorance that it's someone of authority. And again, it's not a thing to say about to you, Ladosha, or anybody, just that if someone of authority says it, you gotta, you believe it. I have very, very good friends of mine that I respect have said it to my face. Well, Alan, if something wasn't there, why would they be doing all how could it get to the lawsuit level? And that's a fair question. It really, really is. I understand that. And so my first obligation is to let them know I'm sorry as an industry, because we did not push back hard enough, consistently enough so that it didn't get to this level. And I will say this is an environment in social media. It's a totally different environment. I mean, my God, it's nuance. Cheryl and I can talk nuance for hours because it's science. Science is nuance. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things to it. But social media works with clickbites. I mean, everyone says 15 seconds. I mean, we've been on here almost 2 hours and it seemed like 10 minutes. It seemed like 10 minutes that we've been talking because we're talking about our passion. But just think about it. People, 15 seconds. 15 seconds is the average amount of time a person spends on a video or a reel. They even tell you if you make a reel faster than 15 seconds, it won't be seen. So that's the environment that we're operating in. So I've been trying to figure out, how do I disseminate the information correctly? How do I find a way to explain to everyone? And because my industry is at stake, there are a lot of young girls and young boys too, but mostly young girls who this industry is their lifeline. And I don't want them to feel like they're doing something that's harmful, and they're not. The only thing that they've done that could be even remotely harmful is if they applied it wrong, but it does not cause cancer because it is a rinse off product. That's the other thing we didn't get to. We get to it in part 2. Okay. A relaxer is a rinse off product. And when you talk about exposure, the only way you can be exposed to something long enough for it to begin to cause any kind of health problem, it has to be continuous. It can't be 15, 20 minutes and you rinse it off and then you don't use it again for another 3 months. It's nothing's there. And so, in order, any kind of FDA or actually EPA is what who deals with exposure. You gotta you have to be continually exposed to something for almost 10 weeks to 6 months for it to even have an effect on you. So think about that. How can something you put on your head and you rinse off and neutralize it, and then you don't use it for another 3 to 4 months? How can that's not exposure?
And I would say this now. When you say that, but when Big Crump came with the lady, and I'm not disrespect to gay people. I'm not even trying to,
I got you.
But
I got you.
I'm like, she got a head full of hair, and it's only on there for a couple of minutes. She's not using it. So that was my like, I don't know. And then Cheryl she blew me back with the relaxer. It can't, it's a depilatory. It's kind of taking off that cuticle layer because when you and it makes sense because when you color hair, right, that is gonna go in and change the body because I can correct this color. I really can. But a relaxer, you cannot correct the relaxer. So that definitely woke me up. So we definitely have to have you come back, look at your schedule, let me know ASAP, probably next week.
That's right. We gotta get it while it's hot.
All right. Yeah, we got to get it while it's hot. Yes.
And then
Cheryl, and everybody is thanking you. One more question before you go, Alan. This is coming over here from Instagram from Kenyatta. She says that these are the types of classes that is needed. So do you offer classes? Is there some way maybe you could do something online, something hybrid? I know Cheryl and we did some stuff online, but they want to know more about how relaxers work because I think and we got to do the application that's scaring the bejesus out of people. So do you have a class or something like that? Okay. So Kenyatta, he says yes, and we will get more information in part 2. And before we wrap it up, Cheryl, you got a solid 3 to 4 minutes on what's your take on how damaging is this whole messaging, and some of us regurgitating this stuff about what is this doing to Black beauty business, especially like his Design Essentials. I love the way you said you have to speak up for all the companies, not just yours.
Right, exactly.
And Dr. Morrow was like that as well. So Cheryl, close us out with how is this messaging hurting Black manufacturers of relaxers and ammonium thioglycolate?
I know that I love Black people. I know everybody loves Black people. But on this issue, I am going straight for the jugular vein.
Yeah.
Reason why is because of the historicities of what those people, the business acumen, and what they did to our communities. It is literally at the pillar of every foundational institution we have in Black America. Okay, that's number one. Black Hair Care funded Black baseball, jazz, Quarterman strike, Niagara movement, civil rights movement. I mean, you didn't have no money. Black folks didn't have no money, but the barber had money.
Yep.
The barber didn't have money. The hairstylist had money.
Yep, sure did.
The hairstylist didn't have money. You're talking about, we just did Annie Malone.
Yep.
You're talking about the pilot schools and colleges and law schools and things of that nature. So and especially in a country that is rooted in MAGA, America Great Again. They are rooted in their forefathers. They talk about their forefathers. They're going to talk about, they will not turn their back on their ancestors. They will not do that. In fact, that's the fundamental of everything they do. So my point is that I think it's a lot more sinister than Mr. Byrd wants to probably say, because at the end of the day, I think that all of the wonderful business acumen and the gifts and things. Now, every industry has an opportunity to become safer. Every industry has an opportunity to improve. Every industry has to get innovation and do new and improve. We're not any different.
Right.
We have to invest in our HBCUs and our beauty and our cosmetic sciences and everything at the end of the day. When I look at Mr. Morrow's portfolio was already light years. We were already doing it. So we don't even say relaxer anymore. I mean, it's actually really old. And so I believe that white America is stepping on a sore. They're stepping on a very sensitive sore. And what's going to be left is going to be the law firms are going to data mine the information of Black women. They're going to eat up a lot of hope because, of course, we have a cultural thing with straight hair and trying to assimilate and be white, and we have to wear relaxer to work and all of this other craziness. And this whole conversation is needed because it's an onion, and it's a big ass onion with millions of layers. And the part 2, maybe a part 3, I don't know, but but what I do know is the message is coming from the House, and Black women politicians have to understand the landmines that they're stepping on, and what the fallout is going to be, because Black communities, beauty and barbering is still the #1 choice of entrepreneurship. It is beauty salons and barbershops still hold the largest amount of disposable income in Black American communities. I already know what it's about. I don't trust them. And so all I'm saying is that if you want to ruin, because like Malcolm X said, if you don't know if we ever did anything, we won't do anything. And so, but I will say this, and I want to just say this is my last. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want you to think about it. Okay? A product is a sum of ingredients. Would you rather improve the ingredients, or would you rather vilify the whole product? Because all of you eat sodium hydroxide, you use it, you drink it, you can't clean your municipal water without it.
Yeah.
You cannot do it. It's in your whole household, in your life. But because of this cultural product, would you rather me advocate for you about the ingredient that's also in all of your other food and your personal care products? Or would you rather vilify a whole product because it has a cultural stigma of us having racism and other things attached to it? But we can unpeel that. And I just want to say thank you, Mr. Byrd, for giving us that conversation.
Yeah, you
really
watch it out.
fun.
Everybody's on Instagram saying give you their love. Mr. Kefele, the King of Lock, is saying he appreciates you. Thank you so much. You're getting mad love over here on Instagram. He said he will come back. I do have his email, so I'm about to hit him up. We do need part 2, and we're going to come back with part 2. How does this work on the hair? We're going to clear out the disulfide bonds, how it works on the keratin layer. We're going to get all of this because we got to get you guys to understand.
Yeah, me and Mr. Byrd gonna get on the same page with that one.
Right, and Mr. Byrd, we're gonna put you on black. He said he gonna do a class for us online and maybe hybrid in person for those of you who live near. Now I get on an airplane, I fly. Okay, I'll cross that.
I'm doing a seminar on April 20th here in Jacksonville.
Okay, well, I got something to do on that, but anywho, I come down there. Okay, I don't care about that. The Bear Straight or her move. I come through that sucker to come to that class. All right. So Mr. Byrd, the hair nerd, said he will host the actual class so that we can understand, get these younger cosmetologists and barbers so that you guys are not afraid of the relax. So we'll come back with part 2. I thank you so very much. We're going to close out a little bit again with our this Women's History Month. We're still celebrating the one and only Dr. Barbara Sizemore. So let's hear her clip right quick before we go. It's just 30 seconds, guys. Let's hear what she has to say, which goes along with this. Here we go.
The way out is through mobilization of the group to struggle for the survival of the individual.
All right.
And you have to understand that black folks just don't get it.
All right.
I'm not giving up my individual right to sacrifice for the group. That's not what it's all about. Hey, the problem with that is the Constitution gives you individual rights, but you can only protect them as a group.
All right.
Love that woman.
Right. Yeah, she's
Okay,
right.
Black people just don't
my
understand.
favorite black
Hey.
American.
And what, yeah, so hey y'all, and now Alan, that's what you just said. We can only do this as a group, guys. So so you're gonna come back with part 2, and we're gonna talk about how relaxers work on hair. Look at them. Look at them. They like where you're located. They want this class. I told you. He is located.
Yeah.
Where are you located again?
Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, Jayville. Duval County.
All right, Duval
I actually think we just need a conference so everybody can just come to. You know what I mean? We need a conference.
Well, maybe we could do what they call. I learned this from Erica Coleman of Beauty Under One, something boutique, something small. And so we need to feature him at the Afro hair. Well, they loving you. They need to take him in the Afro hair science event. Now we gotta hire you. We gotta find some money to pay your ass. You see what I'm saying?
No, listen, it's for the industry. Hey, no, I do a complimentary. It's for the industry, man. But we're doing, we're doing a class on the point down here too. So,
and let me just say this before we walk up out of here. That they're love. He said that he needed help with his social media to get the messages, those bite clips, because this stuff is so content heavy. If you are a social media person, I don't know what y'all young folks call it, and you think you can help Mr. Byrd out with some of his messaging about the benefits of the relaxers, please email him. What's your email address? I'll put it in the chat. What's your email?
Yeah, BIRD.
Byrd.
AY. Yeah, Byrd. AY. This is my personal one. So I was like, AY #1 @gmail.com. I got a business one, but this one I check all the time. So
all right. So
and it's hair element. You got an L in the behind the air on the Hair Elements products.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know I'm from the hood. You know,
that's fine. That's fine.
Projects.
I think people could. I noticed it at last minute, so we're good.
I'm from the projects. I'm just talking about me. I ain't talking about nobody else. Okay. So I have his email addresses in the chat. Yate, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but when I'm in a pickle, I just call Yate. So, Yate, if you can help him out with his social media and how he can do the, or if you know somebody, because I know we all just as busy, but we got to help him out so he can do his social media. So we can do that. So, but with that being said, we thank you so very much. And Barbara Sizemore says, Black folks, we got to understand, okay? He's going to come back. We're going to do part 2. He and Cheryl's going to talk a little bit more about how relaxers work. And then we're also going to hold him down to some type of a class where we can all come and learn from him, not YouTube. You cannot do this on YouTube.
And I will say this one last thing, too. We found in the information, there's a whole nother information that we'll share at the other class, too, because I did find out why this cancer is so prevalent. And I think it's going to shock you when y'all find out too.
All right. Sure. All right. I'm probably sure it's in the air we breathe, but I ain't going to say nothing.
Well,
all right. Okay. So see what I'm saying? Okay, guys. So you know what we say when we're signing out here on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel? We say good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Thank you, Alan Byrd.
All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Thanks for having me. God bless you.
Thank you.
Be safe, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome to Planet Pluto Pseudo. Welcome to Planet Pluto Pseudo.